What's going on, guys? It's your boy Southpaw Brad here with another video. My goal this week was to start chipping away at that stack. Now, let me redirect. This is insane. So, this is the box I wanted to get to this weekend, and then this one was the last of the four boxes I had to open. And then these two showed up. And then this morning, so one of the things I like to do each morning, I'll put my coffee on, I'll go fill my bird feeders outside, and if it's not too cold, I like to just sit there with the door open and hear the birds just out there enjoying the bird feeder and stuff. I walked out to fill my bird feeder, and this was early this morning. And I had these three packages sitting on my porch. So um it's I enjoy seeing that. It was exciting, but I'm like, man, I don't want to. I gotta figure out how to. I want to share all of this stuff. I've just got to figure out how exactly I can do that. So, coming up, and one of these days, maybe I'll try it this weekend. But one of these days, I'm going to do a live stream unboxing, and kind of what I envision is I'll just put throw the link in the chat or something and see if anybody wants to jump on and just shoot the breeze while we're opening some stuff and talk about that and talk about some other things. You got Disney Plus Day today and all that good stuff. So I want to do that. That's the next phase of the whole video thing. So I'm going to jump right in because this one's going to be a long one. I promised slash threatened that this would be a long video, but I'm going to try to move through it quickly. I know there are some multiple multiple copies of certain issues in this one, so I'm going to start off with some things I picked up from the LCS this week. I didn't get much. I really went to get supplies, but I did want to share these with you. So a couple of these are the Halloween comic book Extravaganza. I got Miles Morales Spider-Man #1. So I'm gonna definitely check that one out. Gotta kind of find a space to put these after I'm done sharing them. In fact, let me do a little move this bad boy over here. That's exciting. I think the cool thing about this box that I'm going to share today, it's some different things. It's stuff that's not in my wheelhouse. It's really different stuff that I don't normally collect. So but I was intrigued with. Up next, we've got the Halloween Extravaganza Hawkeye #1. Marvel's not dumb. I mean, they're like in a timely fashion, they're putting these things out. Halloween Extravaganza. This is Daredevil Road to Devil's Reign. That's a cool looking cover, and I would like to get this run. Well, actually, where Elektra becomes Daredevil, that book has kind of ticked down a little bit. So if you're interested in that run, I think now's the time to jump on that. Now that it's kind of ticked by on the dip, So now that it's ticked down a little bit, pick it up if you were interested in it. This is Kang #3, and being a Doctor Doom fan, and shout out to my boy Free Energy, who is. I thought I liked Doctor Doom until met online Free Energy, and that dude is he is a legit Doom fan. So hashtag Doom Crew to my boy Free Energy. Up next, just a couple of back issues here. This one just looked interesting, and I can't remember why I had that on my list too. I think there's a little run there. There's an issue before this one where Dracula is involved. They go to Transylvania, and so there was a little maybe darker turn in the Avengers in this run, but obviously I believe that's Mephisto there. So yeah, just thought I'd pick that one up and check it out, and he had it in the back issues. This is Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers #44, and this is Enter the Phoenix finale. So this is the cover A where Echo gets the Phoenix Force. And of course, now she's got her own book out, but I wanted to get that first appearance of Echo with the Phoenix Force. She's not the first person to get it, but you know, there's a handful of characters who are super hot right now, and she's certainly one of them. Up next, we've got the Heathens. Now, this is intriguing. This is like a ragtag bunch who's put together to the way I understand it. Now, I've started on this book, but I have not finished it. Ragtag bunch of they're trying to save whenever they kill, they get this little tattoo on their arm, and they earn a one more check mark to get out of, to save their soul or whatever. And I think they're hunting Jack the Ripper in this one. So I was like, man, that really sounds cool. And that review I heard was from our boy Mike at Evil's Comics, Evil Mike. Thanks for the recommendation on this one. And it's a good looking book. I would agree. Now, Mike mentioned that the inside art could be maybe a little better. There's a couple of splashes that are nice, a couple of pages that are nice, but the inside the art could be a little better, but the story itself is certainly worth it. And it's a really cool, so this is my first Aftershock book, but it's a really cool cardstock cover. Really nice color there, and that black just pops too. So Mike, thanks for the recommendation on that one. Now, time to get to this box over here. Let's chip away at this bad boy. Since stuff's always coming in, so I've got to start doing this. But yeah, I'm super excited about some of this stuff here. In fact, let me go ahead. I've got 2 packages that came in this one box, and I'm going to do that. One thing I like, because I was a little bit worried about getting that many books in one box, and they put these cool little foam corners in there, so there's space in the box for the books to move, and then they fit these corners in, and so if you've got a dented or a dinged up corner on your box, these things really protect them. So I'm going to save these as I order, and perhaps if I ever sell anything, it does not appear that that's going to happen. But if I ever sell anything, I may need these. So that's if you can salvage your shipping supplies, do so. That'll save you a little bit of money on stuff. So, all right, let's jump right in. So this some of this stuff will be similar to what I typically collect, and some of it will be different. So I've pulled up my trusty resources so I can tell you about each book. So let's jump right in. Up first, we've got Shield number 1. Obviously based on the show, Shield number 1. I got 2 of those. They were cheap, but I was really intrigued by this book because let's see, first appearances. We've got Agent Gemma Simmons, first appearance. We've got Agent Leo Fitz. So Simmons and Fitz, first appearances in this book. But the big one was Melinda May, first appearance of Agent Melinda May. I'm going through, I did not watch S.H.I.E.L.D. all the way through. I picked it up here and there when it was on. So I was like, yeah, I'm looking for something to watch. Why don't I go back through that and start from the beginning, just go through the whole thing. So I'm gradually working my way back through that show. And if any of you guys have any recommendations or anything as far as like, like what was your favorite season or episodes, or what story arc did you enjoy the most? I'd value that information. So if you want to comment down below, that would be great. But that's why I picked that one up. I mean, I think May was a total badass in that show, and I think I would love to see her come back. I think based on now, this information is from the the Marvel database, which is like a Wikipedia for Marvel books. And I think she goes on to end up in the FBI or something like that. I think she goes on to end up in the FBI. And I was like, man, the FBI is cool. I, s- I say, or maybe the FBI is exciting unless your first job was in Shield. You know, that's like a major downgrade. So I think it would be cool if they brought her back and had her. She was just a badass, man. She fought with the best of them, and she was tough and beautiful and smart and just an awesome agent of Shield. So I really I'd really like to see her make a comeback here in the MCU or Disney Plus or something like that. So up next we got Shield issue 4, and this is somewhat Eternals related, but this is first appearance of the Star Child and an infant celestial pulled from the sun by Leonardo da Vinci. I mean, how bananas is that? Um, I thought that was interesting. Now this whole series, now these are two different volumes. So the first book was a different volume than this one. And I just thought that whole run deal. I mean, you've got like Isaac Newton and Da Vinci and all these guys were actually some of the first Shield agents. So this might be a really cool series to to check out this run of Agents of Shield. One of these days I'm gonna learn how to. All right, so I got 3 of those. It was celestial related, but I was interested in this whole notion that Leonardo da Vinci and Isaac Newton and all these guys were somehow involved or some of the first Shield agents to be around. So up next we've got Planet Hulk, uh, or the Incredible Hulk 100, and this was in the Planet Hulk run. And this is standard cover. There's a really cool. Got 3 of those. So Brad, why did you get Planet or Incredible Hulk #1? This is the second appearance of Amadeus Cho in this book. So I was like, man, that's I'm certainly priced out of the first appearance of Amadeus Cho. Now Amadeus Cho as Totally Awesome Hulk, that's a book I can still pick up. So I was like, well, how about the second appearance? You know, that would be a cool one. And this book, let me tell you, it is, I don't see the page count on here, but this is thick, a really thick book, like to the point where they had to, might have, that's a pretty thick book though. But yeah, I think I got a decent price on these for what it is, and um was just excited to get those. As I said, I'm priced out of Amadeus Cho's original. That homage to Amazing Fantasy 15 for Amadeus Cho's first appearance is really cool. Next we have, this is the Archers Generations, Hawkeye and Hawkeye. I got this is, I believe this is cover A. Just a little backstory about them, and I thought this would be cool to have with the show approaching. We're literally like, you know, a week and a half out, I guess. And then this is a variant cover of that same issue. Wait, where does, yeah, couldn't remember where I saw it, but it's right there under the #1 variant cover. That's pretty cool, man. That's a cool cover. So I do have plans to read these and see what's going on. And with the show coming up, it was kind of neat. Okay, up next we got Young Avengers Presents Patriot. And this one I bought because there is speculation Lords of the Long Box and Mikey Sutton. I know every time, every show, I shout those guys out. But I enjoy specking on books, and they enjoy sharing information. So um, they're saying that the Patriot is going to have his own Disney Plus show. And this is some backstory. You can see some of the, the old Captain Americas and stuff in the background. And what's his connection. So this is just a good book to have. One, to understand his connection and his legacy, but also if they're going to do a show, this was one of the ones that was like really not on everybody's was buying up the Kate Bishop, and everybody was buying up um Wiccan and Speed, but they were kind of sleeping on this one. So if you can find that one, I would say definitely get it. Up next, we've got Astonishing X-Men at number 1, and this one I just had to have. This I don't know if this is a cover, a cover variant, but not a true variant. But at any rate, that's your boy Delato there, and I like Alex Ross, I like Delato, and their Alex Ross is probably a little more realistic than Delato, but Delato, man, he puts his heart. If you aren't watching or following or subscribing to, let's see, he posts a lot of videos on Instagram, and if you're not watching those, man, this guy, I mean, the detail is amazing. I really enjoy watching him work his craft. He's good at what he does, and I appreciate that. Up next, we've got now all the Warlock buzz. This is Warlock and the Infinity Watch, number 1. Cool cover. I always liked Warlock when I was a kid. In fact, I had the team up with him and Spider-Man. I got 2 of those. I had to team up with him and Spider-Man, and I think Michelle Moonlit Comics shared that the other day, and it brought back memories because I had that book as a kid, and I would like to get that book again. It's kind of nostalgic for me. So, riding that Warlock hype still. We got Warlock Chronicles. Boy, look at that 90s shiny stuff. When was 93? Yeah. Look at that shiny goodness, sparkly goodness. But that's a cool cover too. Number 1 spectacular issue. That's neat. I got 2 of those as well. All right, that's one bag down, one more bag to go. I think some of these are where I deviate from what I typically collect. You'll see some stuff in here that's some of it will be similar, but some of it will be different. And, different in a good way. So, up first, we've got G.I. Joe and the Transformers. I wanted to get this run, and I found it and picked it up. So I've got 1, issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. So that was a pretty cool, and of course it's a 4-issue miniseries. They did this a lot back in, this is from 87. It's the year I graduated. I wonder what month. That was I was not collecting comics in 87. But this is a cool little partnership, and we'll see, man. If they can ever get G.I. Joe right, I didn't see Snake Eyes. I thought the trailer looked really good on it, but I did not get a chance to see it. So if they ever get around to making a solid G.I. Joe movie and doing it, I don't know. I didn't see any of the others either, actually, but it's a franchise that I don't think they've really taken advantage of like they could, and that's if they ever did that, that would be a cool team up, and it would help kind of jumpstart because Transformers has really I think maybe milked that series about as much as they can. Um, I did I didn't realize it, but I ordered another one of these, so we'll skip past that one. Um, let's snag these. All right, this is Uncanny X-Men 191. Now this does not deviate from what I typically buy, but I got two copies. One is newsstand, one is direct, and this is first appearance of Nimrod. Again, Uncanny X-Men 191, first appearance of Nimrod. And we've got the direct and we've got the newsstand. Yay, that's and those are both in pretty darn good condition. So I'm excited about that. This is another book that I was super excited to be getting. And there we go. This is Web of Spider-Man number 86. And this is the first appearance of the Demogoblin, separated from the Hobgoblin. So that's why you see Hobgoblin, Demogoblin, and they're their own creatures now. And I got two of those as well. But that's a book I was just wanting. You know, some of these, there's a ton of Spider-Man characters I am priced out of. Man, what do we have here? Look at this, would you? Dakota North #1. I found another one. Um, it's I don't know, you guys who haven't heard of this or who you know, there's kind of like a running joke about Dakota North out there, but that would be kind of a cool to me, it would be kind of a cool Disney Plus show. It could be like a fun, like Dakota North Investigations, um, maybe like Heart to Heart or Moonlighting from back. Remember Moonlighting from back in the day, back when that was Bruce Willis's first break was in Moonlighting, and they kind of did that investigation type stuff. I think that would be an exciting Disney Plus show if they did that and link her somehow. I believe she does. She is a love interest for Matt Murdock. I mentioned that in my last video. A Matt Murdock love interest, but then again, Matt Murdock can pull some ladies. He's a smooth guy, and you know, so he can pull them. So I'm not surprised that Dakota North is a love interest for Matt Murdock. I mean, he can absolutely uh he's a sweet talker. So up next, this is a book that I had as a child, and I wanted to, who knows what happened to it, but I wanted to get it again. And this is the Micronauts #1. Surprisingly good price on this one. Of course, newsstand. And first appearance, there's first team appearance of the Micronauts, first appearance of Baron Karza, who was kind of like the Darth Vader of the microverse. First appearance of a time traveler. Really, the big first appearance is Bug. You know, there's Bug is here, and he's I suppose the one character of this team who went on to greater things. And well, Southpaw Brad, what was the greater thing that Bug was a part of? He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. So there is a connection, and that team was always it was always rotating. Um, you know, by the time I think in this third movie, it's going to be time for them to kind of figure out like, hey, who's going to be in the next team? So you really don't know. It could be a number of people, and I always liked Bug back in the day, and I really like the Micronauts run. Um, Up next, now this one might deviate slightly because it's an older book. This is from the 1964 run of Daredevil, and I think, let's see, what was the actual? Okay, this was July of '68, so I was not born yet. Surprisingly enough. This is Daredevil number 42, and that's first appearance of Jester. First appearance and origin of Jester. And I was like, man, I will say, of all the characters, it seems like Daredevil was a guy who was a little he was behind all the other guys in getting a bump in his books. And I think consequently also the some of his villains have taken time to get a bump. So I was kind of looking at some of the villains and I was surprised, and Jester was one of them. And I said, wow, man, I can that book in probably like a, I don't know, it's a maybe a 6 or so, but I can get a book from 68 of a, a character that's popped up a number of times over the course of um not just Daredevil. I think maybe even Spider-Man may have. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down there, but I think maybe even Spider-Man had a little run at him. So yeah, I thought that was really neat. So this is where I really deviate from, let me see what I got here. This is where I really deviate from what I'm accustomed to buying, and but in a good way. Like I was super excited about these particular books. All right, we'll do this. So these are in somewhat lower grades, but I still think these books are somewhat underpriced, or undervalued, shall I say? Not underpriced; they're undervalued. What I wanted to see. Let's see, okay. So up first, this is a very small run in a couple of these books, but I've got Marvel is said to be working on a their Western division or whatever. And they're said to be working on, doing a movie, which I think that would be cool. When I was a kid, like that 80s Lone Ranger book, I've shared like a old Lone Ranger comic that I have had since I was much younger and kept it all these years. And I think it would be cool I really like that. When I was a kid, I really liked that Lone Ranger movie that came out in the 80s. So I think it would be neat if they did something with that. So up first, we've got Kid Colt Outlaw number 119. Jumping through the window. I like his outfit. I like his, it's not really a uniform because it is like a cowboy outfit, but that like cowhide vest. I can never pull it off, Outlaw, or not Outlaw, Kid Colt Outlaw. I could never pull it off, Kid Colt. But I thought that was really cool. And we're gonna stick with Kid Colt Outlaw. This is number 125. Now he meets up with Two Gun Kid, and actually Two Gun Kid is one of the. He's like, "Hey, you got the same vest on, but a different color." No, you got my vest on, and so they're gonna duke it out over this vest thing. Um, but actually, Two Gun Kid is one of the ones who they're talking about doing a movie of, and he's got wears a mask and all that stuff. So that's a cool book. Another cool cover, man. I really like this one. This was in probably a little better than the declared shape. And I'd like to see who did the cover on this one too. I don't have that information. I apologize, but this is Kid Colt Outlaw number 146. And these covers are just dope, man. They're really cool. Very colorful. Just love them. This one I think is probably, this kind of looks like a little throwback. And this cover, it looks familiar, like the style. I've got to go back and check on this. This is Kid Colt Outlaw number 158. How cool is that? And my favorite thing is it's not just the juxtaposition, like you've got Kid. Oh man, this is going to be impossible. Anyway, you got Kid, Colt, whatever. Yeah, Kid, Colt here, and you got just the juxtaposition, and then that green, solid green background there. I just really like that cover. Um, Up next, Kid Colt Outlaw, and this is 162. And I just bought some random, some of these random books, and it was mostly ones that I like the cover, and I just think that would be really neat if they brought some of these guys back and did something with them. So, all right, 2 books left, folks. We're almost done. We can almost check this off our list. So this one is, let's see, Reno Jones and Kid Cassidy. This is Gunhawks number 2. And not in the greatest of condition, but I just thought it was really, really cool book, a cool team up with, you know, uh, interracial cowboy partners. That was, probably would have been a little cutting edge for back in the day, I suppose. Um, but let's see, first team appearance of the Gunhawks, Reno Jones and Kid Cassidy. Um, So issue number 6, after the death of Kid Cassidy and Gunhawks number 6, the title becomes Reno Jones, the Gunhawk. So, oh, that was pretty cool, man. That's they're sharing the billing there at the top, and just a neat book. Lastly, we've made it to the end. This is This is Western Team Up, and this is Rawhide Kid and Dakota Kid, number 1. And this is the first appearance of the Dakota Kid. It's got a little stuff on it, but like I said, I had not bought a ton of Western books, cowboy books, and with Marvel trying to really capitalize on all this stuff, I thought it would be an awesome one to. I said, hey, I just want to branch out a little bit. I just want to do something different and check out some new things. And the cowboy stuff is it. The Western stuff is it. So there's a few others um I'm tracking that I would like to get as well. But yeah, I appreciate you guys checking it out. It was a little longer, but we had a lot more books to go through. We got to see some stuff that I typically don't do and don't purchase. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly appreciate you watching. Please click the like and the thumbs up and the subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I One of my favorite things, I like doing the videos, but one of my favorite things is to go back and read the comments and have conversations with you guys. So if you'll do that, I'd appreciate it. That would be awesome. I've got some other content stuff other than unboxings that I'm working on. So I'll certainly keep you guys posted. In the meantime, hey, let's here's the theme for the weekend here. Let's live united. Let's just take that mindset into the weekend. I hope y'all all have a fantastic weekend. And until next time, y'all take care and happy hunting. Talk to you soon.